They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. And if that's true, then what are these two pictures worth? I can tell you these two pictures pretty much left me speechless. I stumbled across this on Digg.com, and the title was Two Pictures, Two Kinds of Goodbyes. It was posted appropriately on Memorial Day weekend and was a very fitting tribute to those that have paid the ultimate price for their country. When people see these photos, I'm sure they'll feel a variety of emotions when they look at them. And I must say that for me, my emotions ran the gamut. But in the end, there was one emotion that overwhelmed them all. I was more angry than anything else. I don't want to see any more good men and women dying for an illegal war that we shouldn't be fighting in the first place. This is not about bringing democracy to Iraq. This war is about nothing more than money, oil, and power, plain and simple. And it's been admitted over and over again that Iraq had nothing to do with the attacks on 9/11, and yet we still don't leave. And not only should we leave, but we should never have invaded Iraq in the first place. And most people like myself say that we learned nothing from the Vietnam War. And actually, the powers that be learned a great deal from that war. The powers that be learned how to keep the mainstream media from reporting what's really going on over there. And also keep the soldiers from telling their side of the story. The ultimate censorship. Keeping the truth from the American people. The only people with the power to speak for the troops and get them home safely. Our soldiers are coming home as different people than when they left, if they ever come home at all. And if there's an evil in the world that we need to be fighting, like in World War II versus Nazi Germany, then sign me up again. But to go into a country that did not attack us and to occupy it for over 5 years now with no exit plan in sight is just wrong. And no one in the mainstream media is really doing anything about it. The one catchphrase that makes me sick to my stomach is the popular phrase, support our troops. Do people even know what that means? People love to walk around all day long and say the feel-good quote, I support our troops. Okay. Well, if you do support them, how do you actually support them? Sorry, just buying a sticker and putting it on your car just doesn't cut it. Have you seen the living conditions they come home to when they get back from the war? Do you see how a senator, congressman, or even the president lives who caused the war? Right now in an election year, we have three major candidates that have all expressed there is no immediate exit plan for Iraq. And the ones that have expressed a need to end the war, like Ron Paul and Dennis Kucinich, were mostly swept under the rug as soon as they began to address the real issues in the debates, and they were quickly silenced in the mainstream media. Being a veteran myself, I can tell you this. When you're in the military, you have no rights. You're subject to the UCMJ, or the Uniform Code of Military Justice. And when you serve, they like to say, when we want your opinion, we'll give it to you. A soldier has no voice. A soldier is trained to execute orders given by a superior officer, period. It's not a soldier's job to think, question, or examine orders given. And to put it bluntly, you do what you're told to do. Our soldiers are good people put in a bad situation by our government leaders, and it's our job as the American citizens to make sure they're only put in harm's way when it is absolutely necessary. So I have something I want to say to everyone that says, I support the troops. How do you support them? Are you going to let more people to office? Are you going to send more of our family members to fight in an illegal war? Or are you going to put some pressure on your elected officials to end this war and bring the troops home? Because in my opinion, the best way to support the troops is to get them home where they belong. Anything less is not supporting the troops, but supporting the war. And it's up to you to write your representatives and let them know. Bring our troops home where they belong, or we'll elect someone to office that will. One thing is certain. Republicans caused this problem, and the Democrats did nothing to stop it. And I think it's time to explore other options because this is really one party pretending to be two separate ones. People love to wave the American flag and show how patriotic they are, that they love their country. And I can tell you this, no matter how much you love your country, as a family member, the last thing you want handed to you is a folded American flag. But don't worry, you'll most likely never have this happen to you, because from what I hear, is that the mission has been accomplished.